Hello, today's video we have the following content.
Hot topic: Wang Haozhen paired with Zhai Yiying and Wang Gege. Who has the stronger explosive power? Wang Gege is on fire. The Joy of Dawn surpasses 1 billion views. Wang Haozhen's second collaboration with a hit drama is a triple explosion. If you've been watching short dramas lately, you've probably run into one name, Wang Haozhen. From December 12th to December 19th, in just over a week, 4 new dramas starring him were launched on platforms such as Wong Hoen Tencent Video, spanning genres like romance within the system, light comedy of transmigration into a book, drug-related heartbreak, and sweet romance in Xinjiang. This self-confrontational, almost screen-dominating broadcasting pace has led viewers to joke, you can dodge the first day of the month, but you can't dodge the 15th, you can't dodge Wang Haozhen's December. These 4 dramas are Where the Green Mountains Return, Fangxia, The Rose Kissed the Gun, and Difficult to Flirt With. Among them, Fangxia, co-starring Wang Haozhen for the second time, performed the most impressively. Within just 1 day of its release on Tencent Video, its popularity on the platform soared to 15,000, making it one of the most popular short dramas of the year. Wang Haozhen's personal ranking also rapidly climbed from unknown to the top of the actor list. King Xinjiang restrained deep affection within the system, Nan Liao, straightforward sweet romance in the snowy Xinjiang. On December 19th, the finale, Nan Liao, was released, moving the setting to the snow-capped mountains and lakes of Xinjiang. Wang Haozhen plays Zhou Yiying, an iceberg doctor, who, along with Wang Zhai, a straightforward photographer played by Zhai Yiying, enacts an unconventional woman-chasing man story. The crew filmed on location in sub-zero temperatures, with actors shivering from the cold, but the final product, featuring breathtaking lakeside scenes and rescue shots in a blizzard, created a volcano beneath the iceberg character. The chameleon-like acting style and the evolution of short drama quality, released on December 19th, Hard to Flirt seemed like the safest choice. Xinjiang scenery plus sweet romance, sunny, healing, and avoiding extremes. But precisely because of this, it became the final touchstone for Wang Haozhen's recent screen domination. Without madness, gunfire, or systemic oppression, could he still capture the audience's attention? The answer is yes, but in a completely different way. In this drama, Wang Haozhen sheds all the strong character traits, returning to a more relatable, everyday male image. His performance is noticeably lighter, emotions are no longer driven by plot twists, but rather by companionship, pauses in eye contact, and subtle physical distance. Horseback riding, feeding sheep, the sound of the evening wind, these elements could easily become travel promotional videos, but he chooses to focus on the character's awkward sincerity, making the sweetness not cloying and the warmth not fake. Viewers' comments are clear, not the most explosive, but the most comfortable. And this perfectly completes his December role lineup. 4 dramas, 4 different men, Wang Haozhen has undergone an intensive evolution. Looking back at these 4 works, a very interesting phenomenon emerges. In The Green Hills Return, he is a mature man bound by rules. In Fangxia, he is a yandere villain consumed by desire. In Rose Kissed the Gun Barrel, he is an undercover policeman torn apart by his identity. And in Hard to Flirt With, he returns to his purest, most ordinary self. This isn't simply about more drama, but rather a high-intensity genre shift. The cruelest aspect of the short drama market is that audiences don't give you an adjustment period. If you don't grab their attention today, you'll be forgotten tomorrow. Wang Haozhen's ability to reboot his emotional logic 4 times within a week demonstrates that his versatility has surpassed the comfort zone of traffic-driven male leads. So, returning to the initial question, between his co-stars Zhai Yiying and Wang Gege, whose explosive performance was stronger? From the perspective of consistent output and character completion, Zhai Yiying is a safe choice. However, from the perspective of generating buzz, igniting emotions, and driving data, Wang Gege is clearly more suited to the explosive female lead archetype in the era of short dramas. The success of Fangxia isn't just about its outrageous plot, but rather the fact that the 2 characters are on the same wavelength, daring to be crazy, daring to restrain themselves, and daring to turn on each other. Wang Jege's aggressiveness brings out a more extreme side of Wang Haozhen, while Wang Haozhen's control prevents her sharp edges from getting out of control. This is the true chemistry switching between four completely different personas in four dramas. Wang Haozhen showcased his acting skills, often described as chameleon-like. From the disciplined leader within the system in the Green Mountains Return, to the neurotic, possessive CEO in Fangxia, to the stoic undercover agent in Rose Kissed the Gun, and the outwardly cold but inwardly warm doctor in Hard to Flirt, he never pulled the audience out of the story. This is thanks to his solid foundation from formal training and his precise grasp of how to establish a character within a very short time frame after transitioning to the short drama market. His breakthrough was not accidental. As early as October 2025, he had 8 dramas awaiting release, including Embers Dyed in Red, The Road Home, and Year After Year of Peace, with Joyful Dawn and Fangxia considered the grand finale by the industry. To prepare for his roles, he practiced French for 3 months for The Road Home and practiced using a 0.3mm drill bit until his fingers peeled for Year After Year of Peace. This dedication has enabled him to successfully transition from a long-form drama actor to a representative figure in the short drama field. Wang Haozhen's sudden surge in popularity also reflects the rapid evolution of the short drama market. Viewers have begun to discuss the authenticity of details such as the level of official vehicles and project timelines in Where the Green Mountains Return. The costumes, makeup, and props in Fangxia have been recognized as exquisite and pleasing to the eye. Rose Kissed the Gun attempts to create a sense of gravity through gunfights and courtroom scenes, and Hard to Flirt relies on location shooting to create atmosphere. Short dramas are no longer just synonymous with melodrama and excitement, but are beginning to develop in depth towards high-quality and diversified productions. This is precisely why Wang Haozhen's screen domination is not just a success on an acting level, but more like a mirror suddenly thrust in front of the audience, reflecting the structural changes taking place in the short drama industry. In the past, short dramas were seen as fast-moving emotional consumer goods, relying on extreme settings, melodramatic plot twists, and quick, bittersweet moments to achieve a one-time harvest. However, Wang Haozhen's recent flurry of appearances has unexpectedly validated one thing: when an actor possesses sufficient character versatility, short dramas can also generate stable audience engagement and emotional resonance. The 37% cross-viewing rate means that viewers weren't attracted by a single satisfying moment, but rather began to anticipate what kind of performance this actor will deliver next. This is precisely the underlying logic of author actors and star IPs in traditional long-form dramas in the film industry, now taking shape first in the short drama arena. Even more intriguing is that viewers' willingness to repeatedly enter this Wang Haozhen short drama universe is not just for the romance itself. Whether it's the restrained yet profound emotions within the system, the uncontrollable desires of a yandere villain, or the life or death choices amidst gunfire, these high-density emotions, to some extent, are all seeking an outlet for the suppressed and folded emotions in real life. The fast pace of short dramas doesn't weaken the emotions. On the contrary, it makes them more concentrated and penetrating. So the question may not be whether short dramas can go far, but rather what kind of emotional narrative do we really need? As reality increasingly emphasizes efficiency, boundaries, and self-protection, short dramas go against the grain, using extreme, intense, and uncompromising methods to provide emotional compensation for the audience time and time again. Wang Haozhen's success simply happened to coincide with this point. This screen-dominating feast will eventually recede, but what it leaves behind is not just viewership and popularity curves. It's more like a reminder: when short dramas begin to take performance, genre, and characters seriously, when audiences start watching for the actors themselves, perhaps a more mature and industrially imaginative era for short dramas is already quietly arriving. And in the moments when we pause our fingers in front of the screen, we are being asked the same question: how long has it been since we felt emotions so intensely in real life?
Thank you for watching the video. If this is your first time watching a video, please subscribe to the channel, like and leave your comments to help us develop your channel.